Boy, folks, we're going to have an FBI director who's an actual children's book author. A man who really knows how to tell a tale, how to engage our youth, how to make light of his sociopathic need for revenge. I mean, boy, whenever I feel like I want to get back at a lot of people, my first instinct is to spin a yarn fit for a kid, especially if the folks I'm trying to win over are practically illiterate. Well, you must know I'm talking about Kash Patel, the man who we have to assume kept a stash of small animal corpses under his bed when he was a little lad. This has clearly been a lifelong dream for Kashy, to serve at the pleasure of the kind of guy who'd have hung him from a locker by his underpants in high school. Ah, Kashy, what a specimen you are. Marvel at the manhood, folks. Well, Kashy has been putting on quite a show during his confirmation hearings. He joined the legion of spineless little schneedles who can't say that Orangina lost the 2020 election. Aren't they tricky when asked to utter the actual words, Joe Biden won the election, and instead they say, Joe Biden was president for 4 years. Such grown-ups, huh? Well, Kashy has been in rare form under oath. He lied about being a supporter of QAnon, somehow couldn't recall his 8 separate appearances on an anti-Semite, anti-vaxxers podcast, and said he never made a dime off the Justice for All musical recording he produced, in which Orangina recited the Pledge of Allegiance backed by the J6ers singing the national anthem from jail. Oh, the creativity. In case you don't know much about Flashy Kashy, he's woefully unqualified to lead the FBI's 35,000 employees, 55 field offices in the U.S., and 60-plus offices overseas. He has some experience as a defense lawyer and federal prosecutor. He served as a congressional aide and a national security aide. He joined Orangina's administration after being noticed for his work on the Russian interference probe, and was appointed acting deputy director of national intelligence, and then chief of staff to the acting U.S. Defense Secretary during the last year of Orangina's first term. He's appeared on Steve Bannon's podcast, on other conservative media outlets many times, acting like a cray-cray conspiracy theorist, and he's done stupid things for attention, like sharing an AI video of himself wielding a chainsaw against his enemies like Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg. But if you ask me, it's the books that really tell me all I need to know about Flashy Kashy. He's actually written 3 children's books, a trilogy, all marketed as suitable for children ages 3 and up. The first is about the Russian interference investigation and the Steele dossier. The second is about the 2020 stolen election. And the third is about DOJ's lawsuits against Orangina. Typical bedtime stories for 3-year-olds, don't you think? Well, as you might expect, King Donald is the main character in the stories, but there are many others, like Hillary Queenton, Keeper Comey, Kamalalala, and of course, Wizard Cash. Interestingly enough, in the last installment, King Trump and Wizard Cash end up violently beating the dragon, nicknamed DOJ. See what the wizard did there? Yeah. Once the dragon is sufficiently pummeled, they reprogram him and sick him on their political enemies. What an accomplishment, Flashy Kashy. Totes not creepy, stupid, and colossally embarrassing at all. Don't get me wrong, though, folks. Kashy appeals to all audiences. He also wrote a memoir called Government Gangster, which includes an enemies list of people who he says are members of the deep state. In other words, the people he wants DOJ, the dragon, to go after. Of course, Flashy Kashy denies the list is an enemies list. He hasn't clarified exactly what it is, but I guess it could be a guest list for a garden party or a secret Santa list. Yeah, that must be it. Oh, Kashy, we can't wait to see what flavor of Flashy you bring to the FBI. In the meantime, have the day you deserve.